Welcome to my 17 subscriber special. I got a new subscriber today, which doesn't happen very much. So for this video, I'll do a special where I'll talk about this channel. I'll comment on every single video I've made, recall about several anime. I would not be using spoilers, or else this video will take too long. And I'll talk about where the channel is going, what kind of content I'm going to make. So this is actually my second YouTube. My first YouTube is way back in 2007, but that one is defunct. I made this to talk about the things that interest me. Anime is just one of them, and the subject I've been focusing the most on. But I have a variety of interests, and if you've seen through all the videos, which nobody really has, there are other things I want to talk about, such as video game music, anarcho-punk, the political movements of the 1960s, particularly in America. So this channel is just sort of my analyzation of what I'm experiencing in my own life that's influenced me. I don't plan for this channel to ever get big, which is I don't make any effort whatsoever to advertise it or promote it really. Yeah, I do on Twitch, but I haven't really gotten anything from there. I just don't really make the effort to. I have been streaming a lot on Twitch lately, but nobody from my YouTube goes there. Ironically, I've talked about anime there once with somebody who happened to hear me playing music from Code Geass. So where did this channel start? A year ago. Music from Service Experiments Lane. I covered my favorite tracks from Lane. This is an anime I want to make a video about, but I have to rewatch it before I do. Same thing with Haibane Renbei. This is the music review. Adore is an amazing vocal. Check it out if you haven't. Millennium Actress. Also, great music. Another anime I want to make a video about once I rewatch it. Psycho-Pass. When it comes to Psycho-Pass, I got to the first season and I watched the movie and I stopped there. I do want to come back and make a video on the first season though. Tokyo Godfathers. The music is made by directed by the same guy that did music for Earthbound. And it's also a film that I want to make a video on, but I have to rewatch first. Same thing with Paprika, another one of Satoshi Kon's masterpieces. Bubblegum Crisis, I know of the music of it. I went through, I think, a third of the first OVA. I do plan to do a series on Bubblegum Crisis, though. Angel Beats, same thing. I want to rewatch Angel Beats and talk about it. In defense, so this video I made because people have this displeasure, this disdain of video game music. People are very close-minded when it comes to video game music. They don't consider it music. But it is just narrow-mindedness because some of the best music ever made is video game music or music in anime. But people will attack you if you like these kind of songs because they don't, like I said, they don't consider it music. But it's just narrow-minded thinking. I think in this video I say the majority of my thoughts. I probably have a lot of new thoughts now. Music from East. So this is by Falcom. I have a lot of videos I want to make for Falcom. That's going to become a big part of the channel eventually. I talked about Sorcery in there. Some really good music. That's me my Opera Omnia videos are me attempting gacha. They're terrible. I think the quality is horrible or horrendous in those videos. Nia 7 review. This was the first anime I talked badly about on YouTube because it was very disappointing. On one hand, I like its depiction of 90s Japan. I like some of the characters a lot, their stories, how everything unfolds, how cool some scenes are, the mystery. But I just find the main character Nia completely insufferable and obnoxious. She ruined the show for me. It matters not to me if the same voice actress that did Asuka from Evangelion did Nia. It's still a terrible anime because her character is... First of all, her character doesn't develop at all, whatsoever. It's pretty... She's insufferably edgy. I just couldn't... She ruined... If Nia wasn't there, this would be a much better show. I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm not going to be doing spoilers. I did do a review of Haibane Renbei. I don't know how that went because I think I watched the entire thing in one day. Well, I do want to rewatch Hibernate Runmane and go back into it, do another video. This Psycho-Pass review is probably terrible because I think I did it. I think I did it right after I watched it. I think I watched this one very fast. I think 2 or 3 days I was done with it. Really good. But I want to rewatch it if I want to do a video on it. Z Damon and Doom. If you're using the internet in the early 2000s, you might know what this is. It's a personal story when I was part of an online gaming community in the early 2000s. Man, I do want to talk about this again. Out of This World. Oh, I actually did a video game. I did a few video game reviews on another channel, but I did Out of This World here. It's on the Super Nintendo. It's an amusing game. Also, I touched upon Brave Exvius before. It's a gacha game and one of the worst games ever made. More gacha garbage. Test. This was the first time I tried to edit a video. it's an awkward video. Welcome to the NHK. I remember I recorded this like at 6 in the morning on a Sunday or on a Saturday. Again, an anime that I want to rewatch and do another video on. Because what I've been saying up to this point with all these anime I've mentioned so far, I want to do a series where I do a second coming, like a 2.0 review, or the rewatch, or I rewatch an anime I've done a video for, and I make a second video, which should be much better because I'll have more calm, cool, and collected thoughts about the anime itself. Initial D. Initial D is an anime that I think I watched the whole thing like in a week or two. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, final stage. It's a lot of episodes. I think it's about 70, maybe 80 in a movie. I don't know what this review is like. I forgot. But I do want to rewatch initially first stage and talk about that. Kiki's Delivery Service. This was amongst the first anime that I ever watched. I was a small child when I watched this. It was the dub version, which has really good songs for a dub version, for a dub only song. The thing about Hayao Miyazaki that his films are very simplistic. It's just the animation that everybody really praises, and the generic fantasy adventure aspect of it. But I found out that I really don't have much to say about his movies. There's just not really much to go on about. You're all social media slaves? Oh yeah. I recently nuked all my social media. I just got fed up with it. I don't see the point. It's doing more harm than good. There's a random video on Sato I probably shouldn't have done. Textiles. I really want to rewatch this one and do another video. I don't think this review gives it anywhere near justice. Conscious Anime. This is a video I made because I wanted to talk about anime that revolves around making you better mentally, giving you more perspective, making you think about yourself in your life. Anime that brings good values and themes, politically or philosophically. Yeah, conscious anime should be a genre within itself, because nowadays most anime is brain dead. Terrible Animes Volume 1. In this video, I trashed a lot of anime that I spoke badly of a lot of anime that I don't like. I did expand on this eventually and did individual videos on certain anime that I thought were really bad. I suppose the viewer will get to this later as I get to it. Consciousness. I think I was talking about the way the human mindset is degenerating because of the government's trickery through its own institutions of media based anime channels. I never picked this back up. I did plan to talk about anime YouTubers. I do watch a lot of anime YouTubers, big ones and small ones. Some that have large followings, some that have almost no followings. I do have quite a bit to say about the current state of anime YouTubers. And in this one, I was just praising one of them that's really good but doesn't do enough content anymore. Growing up with video games in the rental stores in the 90s, that was a very unique experience. And I talk about how in the 90s, I used to go to rental stores on the weekends and rent video games and movies, like Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. It was a very unique time to be alive. Kazuho Yoshi, full lore. So this video is amongst some of the most well-received ones, and I think it's the first video I actually put a lot of effort into, and I got pretty good feedback for this one. Where I talked all about Kazuho Yoshi, my favorite character in Texas Life and one of the best characters written in fiction. He's based upon the Ubermensch, which was talked about over 100 years ago, was it? By philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. I really deep dive into his character. That's me talking about politics. I talk a lot about politics. Terranigma. This is 40 minutes. Terranigma analysis review. I think I had just replayed the game again before this video, and I think I watched videos of people playing it, and I decided to do my own take on it. Yeah, Terranigma is the greatest. Terranigma is the Legend of the Galactic Heroes of video games. I do plan to replay the game and do another video on it. Yeah, all these old videos require a remix. The Yoshi one I think is okay. Terranigma staff interview. The reason why I did that video is because I wanted to talk about the ending that people are very confused about with this game. Favorite video game soundtracks, number 140 to 101. I was supposed to finish this. I completely forgot about it. I'm gonna redo my entire list anyways. Teach the Shogun of Reality. Videos about how kids are grown up with this fantasy-like state of mind, this completely unrealistic consciousness that they develop of how the world is completely not. Pulling for Ren, yeah, gotcha nonsense. I wish I was a bird. Because sometimes we look at animals and we think animals live very carefree lives, and yet I'm the complete opposite of that. If I was a bird, I wouldn't have to pay taxes, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. I'd just fly around and eat and do other things, other bird-like things. Talk about social media again. What I learned for Terranigma is some of these videos were nonsensical. Ghost Town review. I do want to come back to this anime. It's not that good. It's decent. It's very interesting. It's all about the brain and psychology. It is the only anime that has managed to scare me more than once. It has some very horrifying scenes in it, and what makes it scary. What's interesting about how scary these scenes are is that they happen when there's no sound going on. The Ghost Hound is definitely one of those anime that you can watch because it's just fascinating, but not because it's excellent or a masterpiece. They tried. It really falls apart in the end. This review actually might be another one, might be the second one I put a lot of effort into. Oh, and then of course, 6 months ago was when I first watched Code Geass. This is season 1 review. I think I improvised this. I don't know what I said here, but I'll probably watch it in my free time. Lelouch Destroy the System. I think in this video I was comparing the politics of Lelouch v Britannia with the politics of Suzaku. How Suzaku is very politically naive and tries to work with a system even if it's corrupt to the core. Whereas Lelouch says, no, destroy the entire thing and build something better in place of it. Where I agree with Lelouch. And then I finished Code Geass afterwards and did a season 2 analysis. I think I watched Code Geass within like 4 or 5 days. And when the ending came, oh, that ending, it's one of the best endings in anime ever. I would say that Code Geass was of course heavily influenced by Legend of the Galactic Heroes. If I was to compare the two, Code Geass is Legend of the Galactic Heroes' immature child son. One Punch Man. I think this was a pointless video. I probably shouldn't have made that one. Vision of Escaflowne. I should go back and see what I said here. I have not watched very many isekai because of the very notorious reputation isekai have. But I did watch Escaflowne, and I did like it. Above average, but I did like it. Gotcha's ruining gaming. I've been talking about that forever. Textilize. That's a theory I have that seems likely. Ninja Scroll. Now this is where I began to critique myself because I think all I did was give a giant rundown of the plot. I definitely need to rewatch Ninja Scroll. Actually, I think I did do that. I think I deleted it. When I shouldn't, I should have kept it. Simpletons. Oh, I talked about punk and rap here. How these two genres of music started off very politically, were co-opted by the music industry and the higher-ups in the government and turned against the youth. Tragic story. MD Geist. This is another anime I want to rewatch and make videos about. Magic Youth's Club. Very average magical girl anime. Nothing spectacular, but it was wholesome and it gets kind of better halfway into it. Gene Shaft. This only has 1 view. I would have been fine with like 3 or 4. Gene Shaft is made by the same person that made Escaflowne. It's similar to Violet Evergarden or Vivi Faraday's song. Characters that are made in a lab, no emotions, learn to become human again. Or struggle to. Andromeda Stories. This is an ancient anime that nobody seems to really talk about anymore. I enjoyed it. Went on about it for a bit. I might want to rewatch it, do another video. Anime YouTubers are ruining anime. Yeah. I made this video because I noticed that a lot of anime that I watched, when I would go on YouTube and look for people talking about it, it's boring, brainless, dead, lazy reaction videos. Or it's just people that talking about it and they don't understand what the anime was about. And these are the videos that are at the top, the highest viewed, highest rated videos, and it frustrated me. Karekano. I think it's a total of 2 videos, yeah. Karekano. And then Karekano, the last episodes. Almost 20 minutes of me talking about Karekano. I think I improvised them, so at least it's not just a plot summary. I Dream of Mimi. This is one of those videos where I just can't stop laughing because this is very ridiculous, ecchi anime. But it was good. It was good. Yeah, charm. I would have wanted to see more of I Dream of Mimi. Star Wars is dub. Yeah, it's really just preference. Hakuto no Ken. This is the only thing I've done for Fist of the North Star. I need to rewatch this movie and do another video on it. Heart of Madness is an amazing song. Okobyu no Venus. I think this was... What was this? I think it was a 30-minute music video type series. My Dear Mary, another good anime, very similar to I Dream of Mimi, about cyborg women and degenerate, nerdy main character boys. Wata no Kuni Hoshi, the anime that started the whole cat girl thing. Very good anime. I might have already talked enough about it here. Vlad Love. I want to make more videos on Vlad Love, but I don't know what to do yet. I did 1 through 6 here. And then I made 7 through 12 later. It's by Mamoru Oshii. Twitch stream, oh yeah. You don't know what good Alice music is. I made this video because when it comes to Alice music, as expected with any kind of music company in gaming, people don't know their history. And they praise all the new stuff while ignoring the glorious beginnings of companies such as Atlas. Capcom, I think I went on a similar rant. Falcom, same thing. Only Yesterday. Yeah, this one was surprisingly good. The anime, not the video. Purple Eyes in the Dark. This is similar to anime like Cypher. I just find it fascinating on the style that these anime are made in. Batgirl. I follow Batgirl religiously all the way to the end. It was a wild ride. If you like Code Geass, you like Batgirl. That's all I can say. One Rank Priority fell real hard. I don't know how I spent almost an hour doing this. Not much to say about it anymore. I did watch the special. I just didn't feel like making a video on it because I don't think I'll be saying anything new. But I might give it an attempt. Back arrow coverage continues. Nana. This was a really good anime. This was a video essay. The review for this is actually really old. So this is one of the very first reviews I ever did. I just happened to dig into the archives to grab it and then make the video. Because I watched Nana I think a year and a half ago when I made the review. Textualized. This was a pretty bland video. I might delete it. Porco Rosso. The only good thing Miyazaki really made. And the pig is one of my favorite characters. Criticizing myself and talking about this channel. I did that so nobody else could do it before. So nobody else could do it. Ocean Waves should have been a homosexual story. Wonder Egg, the infamous recap episode. Why I despise Mao reviews. Yes, my anime list is only good for archiving purposes. It is terrible as a review and rating website. And I kind of go on about it in that video, though now I have a whole lot more to say. Venus Wars. That insufferable man that made the top video on Venus Wars, or one of them, is one of the worst videos ever made. One of the worst reviews ever made. Anyhow, I did this, and a new dub of this did come out. I might watch it and make a video on that. I haven't really made very many videos on dubs. Tokimeki Memorial, completely average anime. Idol Fight Tsuchipai 2, completely average anime with a surprisingly well-produced soundtrack. Gaunt's, trash, could have been good. Claymore, trash, started off good, went terrible at the end. Elephant Lead, it's not trash, but it didn't really impress me that much. And I was disappointed with a lot of the plot developments. Where's the Dream? This is just a fun, ridiculous OVA that nobody really seems to know about anymore. There's talked about that. Down the rabbit hole. Favorite video game music, 176. I think. Oh, I went down to 51. All right. Somehow I've not gotten a copyright strike. The Wind Rises again. Yeah, this one was a really. I watched that for the first time about 3 or 4 months ago. I think I improvised that one. Lecture. I do lectures here and there about my study of politics. This one was on Kwame Ture, and it's an hour and a half long. It's an hour and a half long, and it's a wild ride. Code Geass. Here's where I started reviewing the movies. Then I compared the movies to the series. When it comes to Code Geass, all you gotta watch is Lelouch of the Rebellion 1, season 1, R1 and R2, and that's it. You don't need to bother with the movies because they're mediocre compared to the series. But if you like Code Geass and you want more content, feel free. There's a new series coming out pretty soon. Mushoku Tensei, average anime, strong start, weak middle, redeemed ending. I'm not a big fan of isekai. Not because it's isekai, because the stories are just so underwhelming. Violet Evergarden, a great series. It's very slow paced, so if you're not into that, it's not for you. Fred Hampton, Roniki 95. He is by far the worst anime reviewer I've ever seen, and I'm gonna go into detail why. Because he feels he is free from criticism and believes anybody who tries to say anything about him that's, true about his flaws. Terrible YouTuber, but funny to watch and laugh at. Violet Garden, OVA. FOCO Progressive. Okay, I get it. It's nowhere near the first season. Nowhere near the first season of FOCO. But I was still amused with it. And yes, it has a lot of problems. Jinro. I should probably redo Jinro. The Sky Crawlers and I actually really like this video, but it suffers by horrible sound quality, unfortunately. Well, I do really like this video. This is one of my favorite videos that I've made. I might redo it just to have better sound quality. The beginning of Duran, Princess of Snow and Blood. Some of spring season's worst. Godzilla, Singular Point, I've already talked about it. Science anime. Mars Red. Yeah, here's where a lot of spring season starts coming in. So I can fast forward here. Code Geass R2 ending analysis tribute with spoilers. Probably the best Code Geass video I was able to make. Dirty Pair. Oh, Dirty Pair was fun. Really great series. Two of the best characters. Two of my most favorite anime characters, Rei and Yuri. Or was it Kei and Yuri? Really good. I had a lot to say about all the OVA and series and movie. The hot take funeral. Here we go. The beginning of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I analyzed My Conquest is a Sea of Stars and Overture for a New War. I really like those videos. Nagatoro begins run. Earl Grant. That is a rabbit hole. That. No, that's all I can say about that. Oh, here's where I watched a few like really strange OVA series that are not well known. Twilight Q. This one was a real mind twister, trying to figure out what's happening. My two Galaxy Express 39 videos. Really love the movies. Oh, here's where I begin doing my the series of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Now, the reason why I haven't been doing a lot of content the past 4 or 5 days is because I've been watching the Gaiden series. I'm almost done. Keep in mind, I work full time. I work on other projects. I usually go to sleep early because I work really early. I'm almost done. I wanted to watch Gaiden before releasing the politics of Yang Wenli because it gave me some new insight into Yang Wenli's character. So expect a lot of Legend of the Galactic Heroes content coming out within the next months. I'm really close to getting to the readaptation of the novel. I'm excited about that. Well, that's when they added Odd Taxi, anime of the season. So it's more of the same, covering more spring season. I do videos talking about my anime list profile. Gives me an excuse to talk about my favorites. Updates on the channel. My problem with anime reaction content creators who are bad. Speaking of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, there's a channel called Sauce Butters who are currently doing a weekly videos reviewing episodes of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes one by one, once a week. It is really bad in my opinion because they don't really talk about the politics or the philosophy of the anime. They just overanalyze nonsense, spend way too much time predicting, and give you the most simplistic, boring, bland explanation of what happened in the plot. Can't stand that channel. Months ago, started Revolutionary Girl Udna. I'll be finishing that one soon. And then of course, Ashira no Joe started about a month ago too. I'm really far into it. I just haven't made a video yet because I don't know how far I want to get before I make the video. Really great anime. Yabuki Joe is one of my favorite characters. So around here, spring season begins to end. I did pick up Scarlet Nexus. Haven't watched anything yet. Sunny Boy, I don't even know if episode 2 is out yet. I'm actually watching the one with the cat. Ai Tsushima. I watched Macross Year of Love 3 weeks ago. One of the greatest films ever made. Legendary. Watched more OVAs. Bai Niao was the first Chinese animation I reviewed. Poketoon, Yomi no Tsubomi, and that one was really good. I really liked that one. The video was okay. So then I start wrapping up spring season and talking about it. Oh, these 3 videos are notorious. I don't like gacha, The video on Language Mobile, where why I explained it's a terrible game, I think currently has 12 dislikes. It is my most disliked video. But what I'm saying is true. Feel free to give me a counter argument. Rave SVS, I think, also has a lot of dislikes. Apralia, not so many, I was pretty light on it. Over a week ago, I wrapped up the spring season for a half hour. This reminds me of another anime channel that released a live stream today, and they would not get to the point. And they talk like immature 12-year-olds. I just could not stand the live stream. I left. I didn't care what they had to say anymore. Interviewing Evilicious. This was my first attempt at an interview. I thought it was decent. It's really funny. You could tell that me and her are having a really good time talking about Legend of the Galactic Heroes and all the really funny meme videos that she's made for it that are all over YouTube. My no spoilers, top 10 anime recommendations. Yeah, these are like pinnacle, like not as good, but you can see how I'm kind of evolving in the way I make videos. Do You Remember Love? That is a very personal video that nobody bothered to watch. I'm the views. A lot of these videos have 10 views, 2 views, 5 views. It's me rewatching them because I want to see for myself how it came out again and again and again. My last video is probably the video that is more what I should be doing, and that is less talk about the plot and more talk about what I really think, and more talk about the politics and philosophies of the show. So Legend of the Galactic Heroes Guidance and Analysis, I think I actually correct the mistake that I keep making over and over and over again. So thank you. This was my special. This is my 17 subscriber special. Expect a lot of Legend of the Galactic Heroes next month. I'll be finishing Revolutionary Girl Utena, Ashira no Joe. I will eventually pick up Summer Season. I don't feel too motivated to watch it right now because I'm busy with retro anime. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. And thank you for listening.